Hi y'all, welcome to Dark Angel eKnits. It is August 22nd, 2013. Wow, this is episode 32. I have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it, so we will try to get through it and see how it goes. Alright, what am I currently working on? I am right now working on a square for the plowing match. We are knitting these 12 by 12 squares for the plowing match. We're bombing a tractor that is currently sitting at the Stratford Museum. The plan is to get people to realize that knitting is still out there and it's really quite a neat activity to do. So that's the whole plan. This is, how many do I have? My third black one. I have 7 squares, I think. When this one's done, I'll have 7 done. But I'll show you them in finished projects. So I've been working on that. There's no specific pattern. I just got bored and wanted to do something. What else am I working on? I pulled out, we'll start with the oldest whip. I pulled out The Girl Ragdoll by Fiona McTagg. If y'all remember, it's been quite a while, but this is the doll. Her body was done the last time you've seen it. All I have to do is stuff it and cinch up the neck here and sew on the arms and then give her hair, and she's completely done. So I finished the arms this week. And I tell you, I really don't like knitting these because I had to hold needles that were very small with very thicker yarn and knit very tight so that you wouldn't see holes when you sew it together. Oops. Because you don't want them to stretch and show all of their stuffing. So that wasn't a ton of fun, but it's done. I only have to sew it together. This is what the doll in the book looks like. Pretty sure mine's not going to look like that, but it is what it is. Y'all will have to understand. I also pulled out another work in progress that's been languishing. If y'all remember, I started the Arbor top by Melissa Burt, and we'll back up. Let's see. So this is my top so far. Oh, it's been a day, I tell you. So I've got the top finished and I've got the cables done at the bottom. All I have left to do, if you can see, is this small portion right here because I ran out of yarn. So I had to rewind a skein of yarn last night, and I have to pick up and do that and then bind off on the bottom, and then I'll have to pick up along this neck edge and make it tight again. And then do the sleeves. I have 2 rows on each sleeve and it's done. So hopefully tonight I can get that finished. That's the plan anyway. So I can wear it tomorrow. And I'll tell you why. What else have I been doing? I started the Mellow Socks by Wendy Johnson. Oh, sorry, I've got to get repositioned again. There, I just turned the camera. Hopefully it doesn't fall. The Mellow Socks by Wendy Johnson. They look like this. They're really quite pretty. They're coming out very well. These are on my 2.5 milliliters, and I'm using Patons Kroy sock in the Cameo Jacquard. They're coming out really fast. I started them, I want to say, 2 nights ago, because I just got the toe done, thinking I'd just take them with me on Friday. And then last night and midnight, I really got tired working on that project, so I pulled this one out and I just worked on it since. So what does that leave us with? Finished objects. Well, I tell you, the pile here, I'll show you. It's pretty big. Yeah, that's the pile. Like, it's pretty tall, I think. So let's get started. I have one project I can't show you because I forgot to take a photo of it. I finished the Mobius for my friend from the Mary Maxim. It was that blue sparkly yarn. I'm so glad it's done. She's so happy, so that's all that matters. And then I crocheted 6 squares, circle granny squares by Meg Prescott. So there's one. And you know, I'm not an expert crocheter by any means. Like, I'm not. I'm a very basic beginner. That's 2. And I'm just pulling out scraps that I have, and then I'll just happen to match. Like, this one turned out really well. The first one I showed you, not so well. There's something funny about it, but I really don't care. It's an Afghan. I'm just going to cover up in it, and nobody's going to look that close. And if they do, then they shouldn't be looking. It's that simple. I also did My Heart Dishcloth by Janelle Skosselman. Because after I finished that epic shawl, I felt drained, for real. Like, zombie. I also whipped up this baby blanket. So it's pretty big. It's not blocked because it has no immediate home. I just had this big ball of thick yarn and I wanted it gone. So I'm like, maybe I'll just start knitting crocheting squares, and it turned into this. So that's done. That will become my someday pile of finished objects for new babies. Oops, sorry y'all. We shifted. Okay. I've done 2 squares, and I can't remember if I showed you these or not. They're for the Cowboy Charity that I signed up for a while ago. I haven't heard back from the person who started it, so I'm hoping in the next few days I'll message them again when I get home, and I can find out where to send these. And here's the 3rd one. I haven't woven ends or anything, so yeah, this is me practicing crocheting and using scraps. So that was them. Just looking at my notes, sorry. I will show you my squares for the plying match. So here's one, and it's just a rib, like there, you can see it there. So that's one. It's about 12 by 12, I think. And then here's 2, number 2. So I just pulled up some stitch patterns I pulled up on Google, and this is what I got. That's 2 and 3. So I was just practicing different stuff. And 4. And 5. And 6. So that's all of them I've got done. I have some leftovers from the complete balls that I'm going to mix together and figure out how to do that. Okay, so I finished the Small Exchange Doily by James G. Davis, and I think it turned out really nice. I'm really happy with it. I decided I think I'm going to give it to Kara, and I'm going to make her like a button shawl pin, and then let her kind of wear it like this. And she'll feel really special then, because she likes to dress up. And Caroline's my youngest one. And then I whipped out the Spiral Tap Crochet Dishcloth by Whitney Christmas. I think her last name is awesome. Imagine being called Christmas. You're like, yes, it's my holiday. So that's done. That was easy. I re-knit a Teapot Cozy. Sorry for the yawning. By Alexis Layton. It was very late last night. I went to my mom's after knit night. Look, it even has a button. It's finished completely. I knit one of these for a swap partner and forgot to take a photo. And the person never posted a photo, so it is what it is. I decided that, you know, I'd really like to have the photo on my Ravelry page, so I re-knit it. And it'll keep my tea warm too, because it's about the right size for my pot. And it's just leftover scraps I had kicking around. I did the Amber Waves by Janet Noggle. You tell it's been a very busy couple weeks for me. I just felt drained and I wanted something different to do. Now, this is kind of an intervention. I'm sorry about the yawning. Mashup of knitting, and things can go wrong when you're trying new things, because they go wrong for me. So the doll I showed you, that was shown wearing a sweater and a skirt. I'm not knitting those, especially with the same gauge they wanted me to knit the doll in. It's not going to happen. I'm not insane. Not really. I don't think. So I kind of made a dress instead. It's a strapless dress, and I incorporated the hearts that were in the top, but I just spread them out, and then I made a goof. I think you all can see that. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I couldn't count when I started, and I forgot, and then I realized that they were going to be touching each other, so I made one really small. But I mean, you can always tell where the back is. I think I did a decent job inside. It's pretty loose, my strands. Like, I probably should have caught them more often, but you know, it's a doll dress, and I don't really care. I just don't. I want the doll done so bad, it has to go. What else? Oh, I whipped up some Barbie clothes for my oldest one. Here's a little yellow skirt for Barbie. It's a bit big on Barbie, so it just sits on her hips. But Kathy's fine with that. It's easy to put on. And one other thing I'll tell you about these clothes that I made. I did not attach Velcro or snaps or buttons, because my littlest one, Caroline, she likes to dress Barbie. And she's at the point where she can't quite get it. Then she gets really frustrated, and she screams and complains, and she's constantly running to me to turn her clothes inside right and help her and everything else. So I thought I would do something different. I would crochet some cute little clothes, ones you don't need to close. So it'll be a bit big and kind of loose. Oops. And that just doesn't want to lay down. I haven't blocked these, and I'm not going to. Right now I'm holding them hostage for my oldest one, and she's not real pleased with that, but she said I could podcast with them, and then she could have them. So I did these up. Let's see. Maybe that's a good way. This is a little doll dress for Kelly, that little tiny doll. And I left the back open, so when the doll wears it, you just kind of fold it over, and it stays closed pretty good. And then you don't have to worry, because, you know, it's a doll. And then here's a little ballerina one for Barbie. It's just short, so yeah. The reason there's not more or more longer, fancier ones with everything included was I didn't have the right size of hook. Yeah. I was following a pattern, and I'm a very tight crocheter, or very loose crocheter, I guess. No, I think it's a tight crocheter. I had to go up a needle size, or crochet hook size, and the set I had, it didn't. It went up like 3 sizes to the next size in the pack, and I was like, oh, this is no good. So I ordered a pair, and I will show you in my purchases. So that's all my finished objects. I know, I shouldn't wait so long to podcast, but it happens, and I'm sorry. Oh, I need to talk about the places I'm going. So, here we go. We went to Mary Maxim's on last Saturday, sorry. Because they were having a huge tent sale. And it's going on from August 15th to September 2nd. If anyone's interested, it was okay. Like, we went to the one in Paris, and there's one going on in Michigan. Right in Detroit there, I think. I think that's where the other Mary Maxim store is. But that was fine. We went. We enjoyed it. It was a nice trip for the day with the kids. And on Friday we leave for Twist, which is happening in... Oh, I can never remember the name. It's St. Alvin. Here, just let me grab this. Oops. Oh, sorry. We are going to St. Andre Alvin. So it's Saint and then Andre A-N-D-R-E, then Elvin. Evelyn, maybe? A-V-E-L-L-I-N. So if anybody's interested and in the area, let me know and maybe we can meet up. That'd be great. My family would love it. I'd love it. It'd be awesome. What else is coming up? There's the KW Knitters Fair. That's coming up in September on the 14th. I don't think I'm going because me and my family are going to Rhinebeck, which will be on October 19th to the 20th in New York, and it's going to be fabulous. Chase promised he was going to take off the week, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I don't kill him and he survives the trip without going in the trunk. Alright, what's coming up? I want to have that top done. I want those design socks that I had started finished. It hasn't happened. I'd really like to get cracking on the Lonely Tree shawl again and that pineapple doily that I showed you all last week. I want to take the Arc and Seal, no, is that how you say it? Arc and Seal pullover with me on my trip and crack it out because it's like a 7-hour drive to Quebec, I'm guessing. That's what MapQuest says. But with all the construction that's going on, it could be a lot longer. So we're leaving bright and early tomorrow, and that's what I think I'm going to work on in the car. Because it's just all stockinette, like it's knit, purl, with decreases on different ends and increases, and I can follow along in the car pretty good. And then that way I don't have to actually see what my husband's doing as he's driving down the highway, or I'd definitely be sick. I do not enjoy his driving. I'm also debating about making something for our fall fair here in town. It is, I believe, September the 17th, and I'm not sure. What do y'all think? Should I answer? Oh, I'm so sorry about the yawning. I was up too late last night, and it's catching up with me. Do y'all think I should enter the fair? Maybe whip up something insane, like a shawl or something, and do it? Because it's really, there is probably enough time for me to knit a shawl of some variety and enter it and maybe win a prize. We'll see. I'd also like to let you all know that Click for Babies is starting up again on Knitting on the Fly, Katie's blog there, Katie's videocast. If you're interested, definitely go check that out. I'm probably going to be knitting up some hats. I bought some yarn and I'll show you about that soon. For watching stuff, I can't believe it. True Blood's over already. What were they thinking? Like, Terry dies, and then Sam becomes mayor. It's just, I don't understand. And then all those rogue vampires, like, I really think I need to whip out those books and read them. Yeah, I really should. We'll see how far that goes for me. What else is going on? So I joined the 6-inch Granny Square swap group, and I signed up for 2 partners this month, so you'll see their squares probably next week before I ship them out. I haven't started them, so I'll have to. So I have to knit 2 for me and 2 for them, like 2 apiece. So in reality I'm knitting 4 for me and 4 for somebody else, which is fine. They just get shipped off and you send a little note. It's not expensive. If you're interested, sign up in the group, join it, and at the end of the year you'll end up with a blanket or so. So it'll be fun. The International Plowing Match is having a tractor bombing thing this year. I sort of touched on it. It's our 100th anniversary for the plowing match. So it's kind of interesting. I decided I'd help out. I got 9 balls of yarn that Spin Right graciously donated for us all to do this. And so far you've seen 7 of the finished ones. 7 or 6 of them anyway. Whichever. I can't count anymore. And my mind is fried. Plus the one I'm working on. I know the 1 ball of white and the 1 ball of red and partial ball of black I'm going to send to my friend Maria tomorrow when we're driving through Stratford so that she can take over. I'm done. I'm going to finish up the scraps and then she can do those other 2 balls because I've had enough. and they have to be done by the end of the month. And honestly, I have a lot of stuff on my plate that I want to get done. I've been trying to catch up on all my podcasts. Wow, I am so behind. I have like 400 to go through or more. It's insane. I'm so far behind with moving and getting everything in the new house and the kids and school and there I go again. I'm sorry. I want to use up all my yarn, it seems. Yeah. And I'm going yarn shopping tomorrow or Saturday, so go figure, like, yeah. Use up all the yarn. Don't see it happening. I want it to happen. I want to use up my gray yarn that I bought from the KW Knitters Fair last year, and I left it somewhere else. It's the honey yarn from Shamar Yarns, I think. I think that's how you say their name. I have 2 skeins of it, so it's like 500 yards, and I'm having the worst time trying to find a pattern for something that doesn't have enough yardage. I want to use it all. We'll see. I found a really cute top I'm thinking about doing. We'll see if I can get it to work, hopefully. I want to use up my Rhinebeck yarn that I got last year, so I can buy lots more this year and not feel guilty. And my husband, he says if I use it, I can buy more, so I'm going to use it all. Just watch. I have 2 skeins of this green, lime green color, and I believe there's like 1,200 yards, or maybe 1,500 yards of it, and I think I have enough to do the, I can't remember the name of it now. I'm sorry, y'all. Casanova tunic top. It kind of looks like a dress, but it's a long top. So we'll see how that goes. I have the Persimmon Tree yarn, which is like very vampire-ish colors. I want to use up. I have the Color Affection kit. I've been debating about taking with me to Quebec, and I don't know. It'd be nice, but I'm not sure. It means I have to wind yarn tonight, and with everything else, we'll see how that goes. I also have the silk hankies that I bought, and I realized I bought, because I had to watch a previous episode to figure out what I bought at Rhinebeck. It was that bad. I bought some cozy sock. It's like a blue-green color. It's really pretty, so I'll probably whip out a pair of socks in them. Hopefully after I finish 2 pairs of the socks that are going on right now. That's my hopes and my plans. So I guess that leaves the stuff that I bought. Yeah. So I'll start with what I bought at Mary Maxim, because if I move it and then you get to see more stuff, there'll be more space for me to move stuff around. So I bought this nice little bag. Oh, bad podcaster. So it has 1 pocket there. Then it has these nice pockets here. Let's see if I can do this and not drop it. You put your needles in, and you keep turning it, and then there's smaller ones to put your needles in, and another big pouch, and then a good sized front pouch. So that said, and it's just like a big bucket inside, and it's got my sweater, my socks, and my yarn, and everything else, even my plowing match square. But the top has those holes to put your yarn through. And I thought, this would be great if I'm going to do like an Afghan or something soon, because, I'm insane like that, and I would. It happens all the time. Okay, so what else did I buy there? I only have some stuff I can show you now, and I'll show you the rest another day. That's what I got at Mary Maxim. I bought yarn there too. I got the Stylecraft, doesn't have color, Lilac Marl, and there is 590 meters of this. It's like a light purple with white. I got that, and I got 2 skeins each of the Patons Canadiana, and they don't have a name, so I'm calling this dark purple and light purple. Obviously they're purple, so they're for the Click for Babies, and I'm also going to use them for my squares because my partners like purple. That's fine. And I got 600, I got 6 balls of Patons Bamboo Baby in this nice soft blue color. It's pretty close right there. Oh, likes it today. So it's that. I have 6 more of these up there. above the camera and y'all can't see it, which is kind of nice. They're all in a bucket. I have 6 more, and finally I'll have enough to do a sweater or something with for myself. That will put me up to like, I want to say 1,100 yards? No, 1,100 meters, sorry. So I guess I'll have more yards than meters. That's what I bought at Mary Maxim. But in the meantime, I told y'all that I had ordered some needles from Knit Picks. Oh, I did. Or some hooks from Knit Picks. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself, sorry. I bought a couple other things that I thought would be interesting to show you. I'm interested in cross stitching, so I picked up this Camellia. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at names. It's a cross stitch pattern. It's so pretty. And it comes with the instructions and the thread. So I'm hoping to try that out. And then I got extra thread. Let's see. Extra thread for this. Like, this is the thread kit, but it's for this. And they're pillowcases, and they're sheep, and they're kissing. And my husband said I should get them. It was this or the owls, he told me. I was like, you're gonna let me get sheepy? You're gonna let me sleep in now about the sheepy? So yeah. I got those at Mary Maxim. I couldn't help myself. And a bunch of other stuff, and I'll show you that next week. So this is the Boyd crochet hook set. It's not super fancy, but it has all of these steel hooks. Apparently, for all our US friends, steel hooks actually have different sizes than the colored hooks. The colored hooks apparently are sized by numbers, or letters, not numbers. And these, they're sized by numbers. And the hook I needed, I believe I was using a 1.5, like 1.5 millimeter. And I needed to go up 1 or 2 sizes. So I needed like the 1.8 millimeter, which is your 6 for all the US friends out there. Because they were having me do it on an 8. An 8 or a 7, I think. Maybe it was a 7. And I needed a 5. Because it was coming out way too tight. Like too small. I was trying to crochet this beautiful Barbie dress. One of those fancy ones with, you know, like, it's all flowing and pretty and all girly. And it was coming out really tiny. Like, it wouldn't fit on Barbie. It wouldn't fit around me. Like, okay, I didn't know what to do, so I was like, I'll just put this away. So that's what I did. And then, when I was getting the needles, I picked up 3 skeins of each of these. I'll show you. This is the Bravo worsted. So, it's 100% acrylic. 218 yards a piece for a total of, I didn't write it down, but I think y'all can figure it out. It's like 660 yards. And this is in the Cobblestone Heather. And this one is in the Asphalt Heather, so it's like a black. Because I couldn't decide which one I liked. There was a shawl I wanted to do when I started with that red yarn that I'm making the, what's it called? I have it in my notes. The Lonely Tree shawl out of. The other one I had started had cables along the bottom, and then you pick up and you do a shawl portion from it. And I couldn't get enough yardage. Like, if I'd followed the pattern the way it said, I wouldn't have had enough enough yarn. So I decided to order these, and I'm going to do it just in one of these, and then with the one that's left, I'm going to pick another worsted weight shawl and do it and see how that goes. So that's my plan. I'll put this stuff in there behind me in my big bucket. Someday I'll have to show you my office. We'll see. So, oh, I meant to show you what else. I bought yarn besides that stuff at Mary Maxim. I got Mary Maxim's Prism yarn. It's 100% acrylic, 306 yards in the Still Waters color. I got 3 skeins of this. But I mean, how do I get this to show up so pretty? Like the blues and the greens. And then there's like some purples and blue and more green. I got 3 of these. And I can't wait. It's like a gradient, so they shift gradually. It'll be so exciting I'm going to knit a shawl out of this, and it's really soft. It doesn't feel like acrylic. It feels kind of a cross between wool and merino, like a, I can't say that, like a woolly merino, like a soft merino-ish. I don't know, with a hint of acrylic. It's hard to say. I'm not a real yarn snob, so it doesn't really bother me to knit with acrylic. Other people, on the other hand, would. So there's about 900 yards I have of that. So I can make a decent shawl out of it, and I can't wait. Alright, I recently bought a friend's D-stash. I know, bad angel. I shouldn't, but she wanted to get rid of it, and she's not in the best of health. So I thought, what's it gonna hurt? So I bought some yarn from her. I didn't buy all her yarn, just the stuff that I really liked. So she had a sweater kit. The Lucy top-down seamless shawl collar sweater by C2 Knits. And this is the Lucy sweater. I think it's really pretty. But she picked her yarn for it, and she got this Ultra Barocco Ultra Alpaca, and it's like a dark gray, like that. It's really close. And then for her contrasting color for the collar, she got a lighter gray. I don't know if I'm going to keep the lighter gray for this. I might change it out for something more shocking, like a pink or a white, something really dramatic, because I'm crazy like that. But I do intend to do that. There is enough yardage there. I never did figure out the yardage, but there's a ton. Then I bought 3 skeins of her Fleece Artist. Of course, Fleece Artist, I never knit with it, but I can't not buy it either. This is the Sea Wool. 70% merino, 30% sea silk. So it's sea silk basically. And 350 meters a piece in the Violetta color. Oh, it's so close to color. It's perfect. I have 3 of them, so I have about 1100 yards, I think. Let's see. Oh, 1050 it says. That doesn't seem right, but that's what I wrote down, so that's what we're going with. So I have 3 of them. I'm going to do something fabulous, like a lacy shawl. And then I bought me some more vampire colored socks from her. She bought some Heritage Cascade yarn, hand-painted sock yarn. And it doesn't obviously have a real color, but isn't that pretty? It just has numbers. It's so pretty. I have to knit socks for myself out of these. I'm sorry, Mommy. You're not getting these ones. And neither are you, honey. It's just not happening. Sometimes my husband watches, so I don't care if I talk smack about him, because he's going to hear about one way or the other. It doesn't bother me, and it doesn't really bother him. He knows I only talk about him because I love him. Right? I bought 6 skeins of the Nora Retro in the color 11. There's 600 meters here, and it's very purple. As you can tell, I really like purple. So there's 6 of them. I don't know what to make with it, because it's only about 600 meters, so I could do a shawl or something else. It's kind of like a DK or a worsted type feel yarn. And then I bought some Madeline Tosh lace from her in the Composition Book Gray color. It's more of a gray purple than it's showing. There, more like this color here you're seeing. That's pretty much how it is, all over, with a few darker spots like there. But it's so pretty. There is 950 yards here. And so obviously another epic shawl will have to be in the works someday. It's nice. And wherever she keeps her yarn, it smells really good, so I'm not going to complain. I'm sorry I yabbered on this long. It's been a week. 2 weeks, I guess, already. Wow. It is what it is, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but that's how it is. Yeah. Haven't had a lot of time to knit. I've been working a lot around the house, keeping the kids out of trouble. Next week for potty training. So I'm pretty sure my knitting will go right down the drain. It's just going to be how it is. I need them to go potty. And my twins just, you know, they don't want to. It is what it is. We're going to make them, and hopefully they'll do it. So, comments on, oh, meant to mention before I go, The knit along is still going along. I have changed the rules. It will go from when it started till October 31st, Halloween. And knit anything that's vampire themed, inspired by vampires, or you feel is gothic in any way, or knit any kind of vintage pattern. It doesn't have to be just from that vintage book that I linked to, and they don't have to just be from the vampire book that I linked to either. Just be creative. Show me what you're knitting. Make it interesting. There will be lots of prizes, and at this point I have more prizes than people in it. So hopefully we can get more, and the more projects you make, the more entries you get. That's how we're going to do it. I think that's fair. What do y'all think? Let me know. Leave a comment in the blog, or in the Ravelry group, under the thread. I'm sorry, my mind is going blank. I have a lot of stuff to do tonight before we go to bed. So yes, that would be fabulous. Alright then, I hope to see you all next week and show you all my goodies. Hopefully you all don't get jealous and get mad at me. And if you happen to be there and you talk to me, I will bring some buttons and I will give you some. Alright then, talk to you later. Bye.